Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me here today. If this is your first time, please do hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so that you know each and every time that we post a video. Today I thought we'd have a go at making a Valentine's Day inspired card, and we're going to be using a few different things. So I have a 5x5 card blank. I thought this would make a really nice size 5x5 card. I've got a piece of square rainbow mirror from Hunky Dory that I'm going to cut down to fit the size I like. I've got this really nice piece of red card, which is actually part of the scraps from yesterday's card. So I figured I'd show you what I would do with that. Then I've taken out this really nice pale pink piece from one of the new paper pads I've picked up from the works. I have been determined that I'm actually going to use the paper pads I'm buying, so I've picked up this. We have this die that I picked up from my last Temu haul. If you have missed that, please do head over to my channel. I picked it up about a week ago, and this was one of them. I haven't used it yet, so we'll see how well this cuts. And then for a sentiment, I'm going to use the Sending My Love. I think it was one of the favourite ones, unless... Yeah, no, we are. I'm going to stick to my original plan. So, I am going to have to do a little bit of this off camera. This die is too big for my little sidekick, and my Todo machine is just too big to put on my desk. So I will be taking this away and cutting this in the background, but I'll show you that soon enough. So my idea of this card is I'm going to have this here as like a base layer. Then I'm going to have my pale pink on the inside with a square of this directly above it. I'm going to cut out my heart. That is actually one of those where it doesn't actually cut out this big heart, it will just cut out these little ones. So that nice pale pink paper that's hiding underneath will actually show through those hearts. And then I'm going to pop a sentiment, I think, along the bottom just there. So let's get started with the cutting down of all of these elements. So I'm going to fold my card. I'm going to bring in my cutter, and I'm just going to measure this card and see what size it is. It says 5x5, but I've noticed they're not always 5x5. So it's ever so slightly under by ever so slightly under. So I'm going to take my rainbow mirror first. So it was roughly there, so I'm going to come in roughly here. So what that's going to do is that's going to fit on my card blank just like that, with a nice white border around the edge. And then I'll actually cut this deeper red down first. So I'm going to find a nice edge. In fact, let's just cut a bit of this off. There we go. So it was just under 5, so we've cut the last one to there, so we'll cut this one to there roughly. There we go. So that will now come in on here, and again it has that nice bit of a rainbow mirror edge. And then this pale pink one I'm actually going to cut down a little bit further. So that was my card, that was my mirror, that is my red. So I'm going to just come in here, just ever so slightly smaller. There we go. Because that is going to be hidden underneath this dark red patch. That's the idea of it. So I'm going to move this out the way. I'm going to open up my die. And I'm going to lay this where I want it to sit. So I'm also going to grab my low tack tape. I want it in the middle that way. I don't want it in the middle that way because I want to give myself some room to pop my sentiment. So I think that there is pretty good. Oops. I say as I move it. There we go. That should stop that from moving. So I'm just going to pause you. For you, it's going to be a second. For me, I'm just going to go and cut this out. So I'll be back in a couple of minutes. Right, I have cut that on my Todo. So let's do the reveal. Oh, look at that. Look at how beautifully. That was one single pass on my machine. How beautiful is that? Oh, I love it. I absolutely love it. I think that is so pretty. And then that on there, look, you're going to see that gorgeous, gorgeous pale pink floral through there. How pretty. I'm going to keep these little hearts. I'm not sure what for yet, but if I cut out enough of them, I'm sure they'll come in for a really good project. Now, I am going to stick this onto here with some wet glue. So I'm just using my little squeezy tub. This is the Nuvo adhesive in here. I bought my first one to try. So far, I like it. I've put it into the smaller one just for ease, really. Though I must admit the big squeezy bottle wasn't too bad to use either. So I just want to make sure I put plenty on. And I'm going to try and put some in these details as well, because I don't want this to lift. There we go, that looks absolutely beautiful. I really like the effect that that has given. And I mean, you could have done this with glitter. I bet glitter card would have looked really nice as well. You could do it with lots of different decorative patterns. You could have used a pattern paper on here, maybe done a plain pattern underneath. It's entirely up to you. I think I am going to pop some washi tape on here as well. Not sure what I want, so let's just have a quick flick through here. This is just one of my tubs of washi tape. I do have another one as well. Something like that. That is quite purple. Did see another one that actually had similar colours. That's quite a nice one there. Let's keep looking. Got the deep colours on that one as well. I love these foil effect ones. They're all plainers. Plainer washi tapes. Let's move that up there. Let's lift this up and see what we like. I quite like that one, you know. That one just there. I think we're going to go for some of that along the bottom. And I'm popping this on now so I can wrap it round. So I'm going to snip a little bit of this off. Might help if I have my scissors ready. I'm going to attach this onto here, which is where I'm going to put my sentiment, but it just adds a little bit extra. See what that looks like. It's not too bad. There we go. And if you're new here and wondering about my washi tape, so I buy the rolls like anybody else does, but I find that because I don't have a lot of storage, the rolls actually just take up too much room for my office space. So what I do is I buy, and I've still got a few left, these like plastic bank cards, business cards. They're just plain white plastic, and I unroll all of my washi tape onto these. You can wrap quite a few on each depending on how wide they are. So these have got 4 nice and comfortably, but then like that one's got 5 on. This one I managed to get quite a few on. Lot 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I managed to get 8 of these skinny ones on here, and they just take up a lot less space than they would. I like it. I know there'll be plenty out there that don't, but if you're looking for a space-saving solution for your washi tape because you just don't want to get rid of it, it's definitely one that works for me. So we now have that. So we're starting to build up our base quite nicely. So I'm going to attach this onto there, and I'm just going to use my wet glue again, to be honest. There we go. Turn that over. Put this onto there, and using the wet glue gives us some time to move it about. Then I'm going to put my sentiment together. There we go. Put that to one side. And I'm going to try and utilise these scrappier pieces of cardstock. So I'm actually going to put some weight on that so it sticks down. My notebook will do the job. Put that on there. That will just weigh that down a bit. So I'm going to find the dies that I want to use to start off with. Sending my love. That's to that one, I believe. Just got to try and work it out. Nope. Oops. Nope, it's definitely not mine. Nope, that's not mine either. Oh dear me. It's definitely not that one. I do hate having to try and work this out. That way. That way we got there. Oh, I'm sure most of you were shouting at the screen there telling me which one it was. Definitely need some more of the magnetic sheets. 100%. That's a guarantee this year. Right. I'm going to do my word in the dark red so that it contrasts the back of the card. I don't want it to I want it to match, but I don't want it to be hidden by the colour of the card. So slip that along there. That'll fit through my sidekick. I don't need to go back to the Todo. And then I'm going to go for this pale one on the back here. So we're still using those same papers and colours. We're going to make sure that it stands out. I'm going to bring in my sidekick. Now, because I don't need this to go anywhere specific, and I know that if it moves it'll be the tiniest bit, I'm not going to put any tape on here. I only tend to tape it down if I need it to go somewhere specific. Obviously it's all personal preference. So that is that bit. Same again for this. Right, I need to make sure I don't lose that dot there. Very carefully pop this out. I must admit these dies do cut beautifully. So that is that there. Again, I'm making sure not to lose that dot because that's going to go on my eye. But I'm going to bring back in the pale bit. Then using some of this wet glue. Go. Pick this up, flip it round, pop it on there, and just move it until it's in a nice place, just like that. Pop a bit of pressure on, just want to make sure that sticks down nicely. Sending my love. And then we have our little dot top. It is a lot easier if you've got some tweezers, but despite having found two pairs they've been raided, and now I don't know where any of them are. Lucky me. So just make sure it's on the right way. There we go. I'll bring my card back and I'm going to pop that under my book now and just weigh that down. I just want to make sure that it sticks down nicely. Put those dies over there, over there. Now I do want to pop some like gems or something on this. What have I got? Maybe there is gold ones actually. So I've got these like golden flowers that I think will play on. That is good gold, but that's silver, isn't it? Actually, I changed my mind. I always change my mind. Again, this would be easier with some tweezers. Let me just pause the video a minute while that is drying anyway and see if I can find some. I mean, look, I've managed to find some. So these are some really dinky ones from Temu. They are self-adhesive, however, I do like to just pop a bit of glue on anyway. So I'm just going to dot some around the card. Oops. There's no really pattern. I don't want it to be hidden by the sentiment, but let's pop it there. And there. I might pop a few more on, but we'll see how that looks for now. I feel like that one looks a bit odd there, but I might pop my sentiment on first and then go back in with some more. So let's move those up to there. Now I'm going to bring in my card base. And we're going to attach this to the base. So probably should have done this before I put those gems on, but it's fine. We'll use the wet glue instead of the ATG like I normally would. Get this nice and level. Go. Then I'm going to bring in my sentiment, and this sentiment is going to sit just down here. I do want it lifting up, so I'm going to grab some foam tape so we can have a little bit of dimension to this. Stand my card back up just so I can make sure it's level to where I want it. Here we go. So sending my love. I really like that. And these dies are a great way to use up some of these papers and cards. We've got a few little gems just to add to the sparkle, this gorgeous sentiment. And I think that that is absolutely beautiful. I hope you've enjoyed this. The love hearts that I've cut out of this will not go to waste. I will put them to something. I may make a card with some hearts on, or I have thought about putting them in like a little jar and using them as shaker pieces in shaker cards. But we'll see. We'll see what we bring. I hope you've enjoyed this. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day and a wonderful rest of your week. Bye for now.